can't think of shit. I can't think of shit. I need to make a fucking deck profile by this Friday. How the fuck am I supposed to make a deck profile by this Friday? Fuck, I gotta think. The last little 2 fucking decks, I used more pink cards, and everyone can think that I'm just some guy who likes flipping up pink cards, which, I'm not gonna lie, they're really fun to actually do, now that I think about it. But no! I need to do something else. I need to figure out something that'll let me not pretend I like to flip up pink cards. Something that'll let me OTK. Something that'll be cheap for the common man to play. Something on brand. I got it! Greetings, my denizens of the deep. It is your host, Poseidon TCG, here with a Gaia the Fierce Knight deck profile on Master Duel. Now, the reasons why I'm doing this is specifically because one of my regular viewers, his name is, to do his name justice, PKO Pyro. Now, PKO Pyro has quickly become one of a regular, and he decided to literally gift subs to a relatively small thing. So I decided, as a rule to myself, if someone gifts subs or somebody does something of extraordinary, like if someone catches me slipping or something like that, you know, if you come and watch me live on twitch.tv / Poseidon TCG, I'm on there quite often now. You can catch me live and you can catch me slipping. But he requested a Gaia the Fierce Knight deck profile. So here you go, Pyro. So let's get right into it. Now, this deck admittedly is sort of expensive because I put a lot of staples. I want this deck to have the most fair competitive edge, so I tried to do my best. Admittedly, I tried to go light on the URs, tried to go high on the rares, tried to lower on the supers. So, you know, we'll go over it through. So, let's move it on forward. We have 2 maxis. Why not 3, someone will tell me. It's just to make it cheaper. Literally, just to make this cheaper. No other reason. No other reason at all. I'm keeping it 100% honest. Literally, just to make it cheaper. Then we have 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, because we're in Yu-Gi-Oh! You need Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. It helps OTK. I will have somewhere on the screen the total cost of this deck, or the total real cost of this deck, because there are some cards that are basically filler. Then we have 3 Gaia the Fierce Knight Origin. Gaia the Fierce Knight Origin has a couple of effects. Primarily, it has 3 effects. 2 effects that we care about, and the 3rd effect that comes up in fringe play. The first effect is this card is tributed as 2 tributes for a warrior monster, which will come up with the guy that we want to OTK with soon enough. However, we can only use that effect once per turn. The secondary effect that we care more about is you can send a level 5 or higher monster from your hand to the grave to special summon it. So we don't actually have to waste our normal and we can special it. And then during the battle phase, quick effect, you can banish this card, target 1 monster on the field whose attack is currently different from its origin, and you could drop it down to 0. So you could hit an Appaloosa with this, you can hit a access code with it. Possibly. I've only done it once or twice, but hey, if you proc that off, you proc that off. Then we have 3 Curse of the Dragon, the Dragon Curse. What a name. When this card is normaled or special summon, you get to add 1 spell or trap card from your hand that specifically lists Gaia the Champion Knight in its text. Then it has a secondary effect, where if this card is sent to the grave, you can target 1 Gaia the Dragon Champion in your monster zone, negate the face-up effects of monsters whose attack is equal or less than that monster. We can only use this effect once per turn. We can use both of the effects once per turn and once that turn. So basically we get a free search. Then we play 2 Danger Dogman. Danger Dogman has 2 effects. The first effect, reveal, randomly choose one, discard, and then if it's not Dogman, special summon him. However, and then draw a card. However, we actually do want to discard him because he makes all our opponent's monsters lose 1000 attack, which comes up because we want to OTK. We play 2 of him because, well, I couldn't squeeze a third one in. Like, I literally could not squeeze a third one in. I'm sorry. Then we play 3 Tangy Spirit Vashuda. If you control no extra deck, no effect monsters, you get to special summon this from your hand. And then if you control a face-up effect monster, you get to banish from hand or grave, target 1 card your opponent controls, and return it to the hand. So this helps snipe back row. This helps, like, hit a problematic monster. It's just a good thing. Now, the card that we really want to actually normal summon is this. This card is always treated as Gaia the Fierce Knight, so we don't actually have to run the vanilla. If you control no monsters or your opponent controls a monster with 2300 more attack, so it's more of its attack, you get to normal summon it without tributing. We are rarely going to do that. We are rarely going to do that. However, that can come up. It can come up randomly. If this card is normal or special summon, you get to target 1 level 5 dragon either from your hand or from your graveyard and special summon in defense position. We can only use this effect of Gaia, the Gaia the Magical Knight once per turn. So basically, this will let us get this back because when we pitched it off of this thing, or if this is already in our hand, 1-2 punch. Now, since Wombo combo decks are kind of more in the format, ignore the fact that that says 10. We play some kaijus. We play 2 Gadara and 2 Jisakiru. The reasons why I choose Gadara and Jisakiru over like Gameciel and Thunder King, these are the cheapest ones to craft. So I made them. Then we play 1 reinforcement of the army for that consistency to grab our boy because we really want this boy. And we play 1 terraforming because we play 6 field spells. And they are both critical to what we want to do. We play 3 Pot of Extravagance because we need to draw cards and our extra deck basically doesn't matter. There are 3 cards in the extra deck that we care about, but as long as we have 1 of each, we're good. 3 Lightning Storm because it deals with back row, it deals with back row and front row. Now we go on to Spiral Fusion, the thing that you're gonna primarily be searching off your Curse of the Dragon if you did not already have it in hand. So what this card does is lets you fusion summon 1 dragon fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. Typical polymerization. If you special summon the Gaia Dragon Champion by this effect, it gains an additional stack, so 2600. It can also make up to 2 attacks each battle phase on monsters specifically. So this will help us OTK basically. So, you know, it's rare to make 2 of our extra deck monsters bigger, and we can OTK. And it is also not once per turn. I must specify that. Then we play 3 Gateway of Chaos because it's Rhoda. It searches every card in our deck, basically. It also has an effect where, you know, if monsters are sent from hand or field, it gets spell counters. We get to remove through to add a ritual spell. We don't care about that effect. We care more about that first effect. But the reasons why we also want to play Terraform and why we're playing 6 is because we play Galloping Gaia. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase, so their Mirror Force is effed. You cannot play Mirror Force under this card. It will not activate. Funny side note. However, it is also a Rhoda because if we reveal a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster, which is our level 4 and our level 8, level 7, my apologies, yep, level 7, we get to add a level 5 or higher dragon. So it lets us add our cursed dragon. Or the reversed opposite can happen, where you can reveal 1 level 5 dragon in your hand and add a Gaia the Fierce Knight. It lets us search one or the other and lets us help us get there. We can only use this effect of Gaia once per turn. We can only activate one of these following effects, and we can only use them once per turn. So, you hate to see it. And lastly, we have Spyro Spear Strike. This gives our Gaia the Fierce Champion, basically our fusion monsters, piercing damage, and if a Gaia the Champion inflicts battle damage with this effect, so if we do piercing and it does actually register, we get to draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. Reasons why we play it as a 1-of is because we don't need to pierce that often, but we do have a way to search into it in our fusion. Here is Sky Galloping the Gaia, the Dragon Champion. We need 1 Gaia monster and 1 Dragon type monster. This card becomes Gaia the Champion while on the field. If this card is special summon, add 1 Spiraling Spear Strike from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So if this gets MST'd, or if we discard it off a Dogman, we can get it back. When this card declares an attack, we get to change the battle position of that monster if it can be changed. This does nothing to link monsters, so don't get your hopes up. We are going to be summoning this not as often, but more, but basically there are 3 cards in the extra deck that matter. This is the 3rd thing that we'll be summoning, because the first thing that we'll be summoning is this one, the Gaia, the Magical Knight of Dragons. We need 1 Gaia monster and 1 level 5 Dragon monster. This card becomes Gaia Champion while on the field. You can use each of these effects of Gaia the Magical Knight once per turn. During the main phase, you could target another card on the field. This card loses exactly 2600 attack, and if it does, destroy that card. So this also hits back row and front row. And with Spiraling Fusion, it doubles its attack, so we guaranteed 1 free pop before this thing drops to 0. Then it has a second effect, where when this card destroys a monster by battle, we can make it gain an additional 2600. This is what's going to help us OTK, because basically when we punch once, it'll do a lot of damage, it'll gain its effect to stack, then we'll punch again for a lot more. This is the thing that you want to go into 99.99% of the time. Now, you guys saw that we were playing Vashuda, so obviously we're going to be playing Monk of the Tengi. Why are we playing Monk of the Tengi? It lets make Vashuda 1,000 times more alive, and it is an additional body just in case we can't punch for exact game. It helps us get there. And this is filler. This is also filler. Fill up the last 6 slots with whatever you want, because it genuinely does not matter. Now, some alternatives for some more of the expensiver cards. You can go... actually, there's not really a lot more expensive cards. I play these cards because this will give you the best chance. I will drop the total cost of the deck. Like, if you wanted to build this from scratch, basically the cards that you'll need, I will put it right there somewhere on the screen, and if I don't remember to. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Now, there are many different ways to build Gaia Knight, you know, this deck in Master Duels, but this is just the way that I do it. If you have a problem with this deck, if you want to put Catapult Turtle, or one that admittedly I was pretty hesitant to play, it is Soldier Gaia the Fierce Knight. If you want to play this, you can play it over a Maxi, or, you know, over the Spiral. When I make a deck, it is not the end-all be-all of how to make that deck. This is just how Poseidon makes this deck. But that's neither here nor there. If you guys enjoyed the deck profile, I want you guys to be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. Doing that does let me know that I'm doing it right and you guys enjoy this content. But in any case, I want to wish you guys the best luck in all your matches, and to remember to take it easy.